Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a TrueNet, and welcome back to Mass Effect 2. Last time we collected Tali, and that means we have completed, well, we fulfilled all of the dossiers that the elusive man sent over. Though as those of you who have not played the game before and thus might be slightly confused may have noticed, there is indeed still an extra spot available on the team select screen. Don't worry, we'll get to our final team member in time. In some ways, the best team member of all, but he's not coming along just yet. And that means today, we need to start working on some loyalty missions. These are pretty quick, so we should be able to get through them quite fast, in fact. Right, over to the map. And as I believe he was the very first person to actually ask me to do his mission, and it's probably in-game time weeks and or months later, let's go and help out Jacob. This is a very interesting, pretty little mission. Short one, but quite a solid one. One of my favourites, actually. And as a rather nice touch, by the way, of course, the story here is Jacob's father went missing years ago, but was never found. No one really knows what happens. Where's the ship crash landed? On this planet here, 2175 Aya, i.e. a planet out here in the middle of nowhere, not even in the same system as the Master Relay itself, that no one's even bothered getting around to naming yet. So therefore it makes a lot of sense that no one would have just stumbled across it. Clearly this is the middle of nowhere that nobody cares about. Anyway, in we go to 2175 Aya. And we've got a general distress signal here, but more importantly, we've got a ton of flipping element zero. That's even more exciting. So I could head straight down to the planet and help out Jacob's father, but first I'd just like to do a little bit of mining. Let's just strip mine this planet for Ezo. Alright, strip mine this place for nearly 5,000 EZO, very good, and with that done we should probably go down and help Jacob's father or whatever. So Jacob's coming along, obviously he has to come on his own loyalty mission. I'd say let's give Tali a run out, as we haven't really seen her in action properly yet. We're actually going to be taking on quite a few machines in this area, so yes, her abilities might actually be fairly useful. And down we come onto this little paradise world. I love this planet. It's very, very pretty. And it's very small. The mission's very simple. Technically, this ought to be quite a poor mission. It's basically standard Mass Effect 2 fare. Cover shooting, standard enemies, we've seen it all before. But it does it nicely in terms of the story and the context. And that makes it all worthwhile.
I have run a scan of the ship. I detect no life signs, but there may be useful technology or information still inside.
And yes, indeed, right there in front of us, we see the... Is it still a shipwreck? Is it a shipwreck if it's a spaceship? Well, because it has actually crashed in water, so sure, this is indeed a shipwreck of the... What do they call it? The Hugo Gernsberg, something. Hang on. It's written over there. Gernsback, yes, indeed. I believe this was the Hugo Gernsback.
There it is, and mostly intact. They could have survived impact, but it's been years.
So Jacob's father was on this ship. The ship crash landed, and a signal has just popped up out of nowhere.
Looks like it was stripped after the crash. They'd have tried to get a beacon up as soon as possible.
Indeed, so why has it taken so many years for this beacon to be activated? Here we are, we've got ourselves some logs here.
Along with us anymore. We've done horrible things to the crew. The conditions they're in, they don't understand what we're doing to them. Distract them for 2 seconds and they forget what you did before the bruises show. It's got to stop. I'm talking to the others as soon as...
So something's gone very horribly wrong. Yeah, this mission it's one of the darkest to my mind in all of Mass Effect 2. And I think it does a very good job. It's a really great, really creepy story. Spare parts, lovely.
Danger of rapid neural decay. Local flora chemically incompatible with human physiology. Override. Beacon resumed. Pause time 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours.
From the look of it, this beacon's been here a while. Why would they wait years to signal?
Pause in beacon protocol. 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours. Pause is recorded as record deleted by Acting Captain Ronald Taylor.
That's not right. My father was first officer.
Ronald Taylor was promoted under emergency command protocols. Other flagged issues: unsafe deceleration, local food and neural decay, beacon activation protocols.
So a whole lot seems to have gone wrong here. The unsafe decelerations, of course, the ship crashing, the emergency command protocols, the captain died. And what about this local food and neural decay?
Local food impairs brain functions? What are the effects?
Impairment of mental function due to chemical imbalance begins within 7 days of ingesting local flora, regardless of decontamination or preparation. Impact on higher cognitive abilities and long-term memory is cumulative, but significant within a standard month. It is not known if neural decay is permanent. Data collection was not completed.
Come on, let's get going.
Let's check the ship. My father had the beacon for almost 9 years. Maybe that neural decay affected him.
After 10 years, it must have.
Feels like you're kind of stretching for excuses there, Jacob, but yes indeed, let's go inside the ship. I just love the massive ship crashed into the ocean. It's lovely. Oh, it's all at a bit of a strange angle. And in here we've got a bunch of logs. Doctor's log seems like a good starting point.
What was her name? Sarah? Suzanne? My God, I can't remember. I can't remember her face. We need to get out so I can remember, can think straight. They have to hurry.
So a doctor forgetting her own partner, daughter, something.
She always said no. She even threatened to report if I didn't stop sending messages. But now she's so innocent. They all are. That look she gives when she smiles. It's sure easier now. What's the harm? We're stuck here.
Yeah, as I was saying, this is a really flipping dark mission. That audio log in particular, that's truly horrifying. Yeah, the implication there is unpleasant.
After a crash, you can't expect the luxury of due process, but this isn't a military ship. Just bumping the command line up a notch doesn't work. Captain Fairchild knew this crew. His replacement doesn't command the same level of respect. I'm hoping the man has it in him.
So not everyone really believed in Ronald Taylor. Anyway, that's all we can learn from here. Let's crack on and see what we discover. We know we've potentially still got some crew around here, but if we have, then they've suffered significant neural decay. So potentially, this is not going to go well. And would you believe there's some bloody chest-high walls up here, so guess what's coming next?
You came from the sky? The leader said someone would come. He delayed for so long, but he still has power. Some have lost faith. The hunters. They will have seen your star. They will not let you help him.
What are you talking about? You're not making sense.
I don't remember how to say it. He's our leader and we serve so we can go home. But some want to fight him. They were cast out. He exiled them, so they hunt his machines and those who help him. They don't believe that rescue will...
Watch out!
Hunters, they won't stop until the leader is dead.
Kill them! Agents of the liar! He will not escape!
We've been spotted.
So now, unfortunately, we need to take out the crew, which is a shame, because they are basically just sick people. But never mind. There you go. These guys are not very tough at all. They'll go down to some simple shots. Lovely. Obviously, this fight is a sniper. Just stay back from everyone else. More will just come in, but these guys will go down pretty quickly, to the Widow in particular. Just keep remembering to toss out Tali's abilities. They take a little bit of time to recharge, but her attack drone is pretty darn strong. But yeah, it's pretty much a shooting gallery as long as you don't let them get too close. Send in a new attack drone that will just bumble around finding stuff it wants to take out. Feral hunters. So yeah, of course, these are the crew that have gone a little bit on the mad side, which is unfortunate. The attack drone have any interest? No, the attack drone decided it just wants to hang around in cover, which is intriguing. Attack, there you go. The attack drone decided to do something. You can see there it kind of stuns them as well as doing damage, but it really doesn't hang around long. And that's like the fully upgraded attack specialized drone. So... yeah, this is why I've never been too impressed with the attack drone, to be honest. So we kind of got a bit of the story there. Clearly, some of the original crew are still hanging around and serving the original captain, or rather the acting captain, Ronald Taylor. But some of them, despite the neural decay, have turned on him. Somehow he turned them against him. And well, yeah, from the ship, years of physical and sexual abuse might just have something to do with it.
You killed them, but there are more every day. They want to fight, but I just want to go home.
She's lost it. We need to find someone who can make sense of this.
I am sure we will be able to get these people home. Then let's just salvage some parts on the way.
Is that a settlement? They better be friendlier than the beach group. I need answers.
And we've got ourselves a settlement here as well.
These people seem calm, but they're part of the same group as the ones that attacked us.
Indeed, every single person here is female.
There aren't any men here. Maybe it affects genders differently? Makes males get violent.
That's possible, but the woman on the beach said the exiled ones came back as hunters.
It doesn't matter right now. One of these people must know what my father has to do with this.
You have his face. He promised to call the sky, but he sends nothing.
He forced us to eat, to decay. You are cursed with his face.
Not the best reaction to the family resemblance, Jacob.
Why would my father force his crew to eat toxic food? Whatever's happening here needs to stop.
So yes, not only did people eat the toxic food, they were forced to eat the toxic food that made them so susceptible to all forms of horrendous abuse.
Look at these spoiled food stores. They've been eating only that toxic local food for who knows how long. Like that wasn't obvious enough.
And we've got mechs coming in too. Lovely. Mechs obviously a little bit easier for Jacob to take care of, though admittedly I don't have a good flipping shot of them right now. That's better. Take out the heads and he'll explode, do damage to the rest of them, which is nice. And then just Tali, don't get in the way. Lovely.
You have his face, but you fight his machines. You might stop this. This, I forget how to read, but this was the start. What he promised, and what they did to us. We need the sky. Take us back to the sky.
Jacob, what does it say?
It's a crew logbook. Some of them thought the beacon repair was taking too long. They were afraid they'd run out of supplies and lose their minds to the decay. My father restricted the ship food for himself and the other officers so they wouldn't be affected. Everybody else had to eat the toxic food and hope for treatment later. The rest is a casualty list. A few mutinied over the decision. My father and his officers turned the mechs on them.
Now, if that was all it is, that would be, well, I actually kind of agree with harsh but defensible there, which is, it does kind of make sense if you don't know how long you're going to be trapped, and the toxic food makes people go mad and unable to kind of function with any significant competence, then yeah, it's important that you keep at least a small group of people that are capable of functioning in case further repairs need to be done, and then you just hope for treatment. So actually, I'm going to go for a renegade option here, because actually I do actually believe in it. It does actually make sense. Of course, we know it went way too far later, but if that was all it was, that would be defensible.
Not what I would have done, but they were in a desperate situation.
How long do you stay desperate? The numbers go up from there. More incidents, harsh punishments. It's like they're cattle or toys. In a year, all the male crew members are flagged as exiled or dead. They separated out the women, assigned them to officers, like pets. And after the beacon is fixed, the officers appear in the casualties too. After. My father took control and didn't stop it.
Yeah, that's where it went wrong then. That's definitely too far.
Does it say why he separated the men and women? Or is it as bad as it seems?
No, it turns to gibberish. Maybe the men got violent early on, but from the state of this place, I'd say the hunter thing is recent. What he allowed here, Shepard, I don't see any justification.
Do you see an explanation for this? He's your father.
Is he? None of this fits. Maybe the initial decision, but the rest? Abuse of power doesn't get any clearer than this. I need to find this man.
And we've got a barricade here with an inactive mech we can set to explode. Just pass this quickly. There we are. 5 seconds to get out of the way of the incredibly small, unimpressive explosion. There you go. Not exactly great there.
This is Captain Ronald Taylor. Thank God you're here. My crew went insane. I only just got free.
God damn it. It's really him. Just got free. He's covering his ass.
Yeah, I think we can be pretty confident this is a lie. Also, are you guys both using your... Maybe go over to pistols. I think 2 people using shotguns is a little bit too short range. 1 corpse here.
It looks like the old bodies were posed like a warning. The newer bodies were just left wherever they fell.
The hunters started fighting back.
Push on through though, and we're going to have more mechs to take out, but that's fine. Mechs are the easiest things in the world to deal with. You guys just hide over there. And of course, we've actually got Tali with us, which helps out. Though sadly, of course, we can't actually deal with the mechs while they've still got their armor up. So if I just strip their armor off quickly, there we go. That gets stripped off. Go into some AI hacking. There we are, hacked, and it also gains a new shield. And we'll take out that one as well. And we've still got a new mech. The mech goes back to their side and loses its shield as a direct result. You guys just take out that. Look how your team members are so flipping bad at taking out mechs. And then just take out the mechs. Or if there are any tougher ones or a good easy shot, go for the AI hacking, but to be honest, just one-shotting them in the face works perfectly well. At this point, just basically we're facing a stream of mechs, but mechs are very simple to take care of, not least as AI hacking does kind of get in the way of their little kind of procession, because they end up stopping to take out the other ones. So we'll just take out them while they're distracted, take out the heads, that just leads to more explosions. Again, life just gets easier and easier. And by the time one of them's come off the AI hacking, they're ready for another AI hacking. So again, that one can just come in, help me out, destroy them, goes and helps out you. Yeah, very easy to hold out against a swarm of AI mechs or any robots whatsoever once you've got decent AI hacking. Very situational, but in those situations it is very useful. And by the way, I've got disruptor ammo, which makes life even flipping easier because it can basically just perma-stun these guys. Now don't push on too quickly, however, you want to properly search this area. Because round here at the side, heavy pistol. Heavy pistol damage. I am aware, thanks to the comments, I missed one heavy pistol thing over in Tali's recruitment mission. Yes, that is unfortunate. Some of them are kind of hidden away a little bit, and it is very easy to miss them. So I am down one heavy pistol thing. But that's fine, there's one right here, so my heavy pistol soon will be more powerful as soon as I can do that upgrade back on the ship. Anyway, just keep pushing forward. Would you believe we've got more robots coming in yet? But these guys are not too difficult to take care of, really. Just strip off the armor over time. Just kind of toss in flames and whatever. Oh no, you're already on side, fine. AI hacking for you. That will do a nice job distracting the rest of them. Lovely. And medical station, we're already pretty much to the end of the area here. Grab some power cells as well, or rather we don't need those. And if we step through here, in just a moment, I believe we are going to get ourselves. Let's just go over to the Tempest. I'm pretty sure we've got an Ymir mech coming in a minute.
Incoming.
Where are you? Where is he coming from officially? Oh, there he is. He's over there, I think. Lovely. Jacob managed to get himself immediately killed. Well done, Jacob. Now, I'm sure there is actually a mech over here. I could have sworn there was a mech in there. Maybe it pops up later. Right, let's just for the moment toss an attack drone over there just to kind of help distract them for a moment. There we are. Get your shielding off you. Lovely. And I'm actually going to go over to some cryo ammo for the moment as we're going to get through these guys pretty quickly. And once we do, the cryo ammo will be very useful. There we are. Already starting to stun them. Beautiful. And then we just get some nice easy shots at him while he's on the ground. Nice. And now the mechs have started coming in. That's fine. One low shot for you, because we don't actually want you to be dead. Instead, in a moment, as soon as Tali's abilities are off cooldown, there you go. You can be on my side now. Lovely. You just take care of that, and then we've got more people up there we can take care of. Lovely. Those guys will just draw the fire, which is hold still. There you go. That's better. Ah, good. The mech woke up. Ouch. Oh, flip. I'm suddenly in a lot of danger. Right. Back off. Just like you can with the big helicopter gunship thing. In which mission was it? That was Samara's Loyalty. You do actually end up in a situation where you can actually just kind of retreat out of this area if you want to. So, Tali, I'm going to suggest you fall back to here. Just fall back for a second. Lovely. And we're just going to be back here for a second. Yep, fine. This gun, go over to disruptor ammo. And now we just want to be back over here for a sec and wait for it to come to... This is not a good position. This is not going to go well. Okay, fine. Tali, you take the worst position. I want the better position for me. Thank you. I want to say the better position for me. It's not great. This'll do. Lovely. That disruptor ammo. Yeah, this'll do. Everyone's dead, but I'll wake them up in a second. But actually, I'm pretty sure I can hit you, but you can't hit me. So this is actually a really good position. I'm happy with this. Just wait for him to stop firing. Actually, just go into invisible. And there you go. Lovely. Now that he's here, go back over to the Widow. The Widow will now take short work of him. Go invisible. Headshot. Lovely. And headshot. Almost. Ready. We're almost ready for another invisible. We are. You see, this is nice and simple now. Lovely. Now he's pretty well screwed. And one more. There you go. You're about to have a big nuclear explosion, aren't you? So if there's anyone left, they're going to be screwed too. Nice. Like that explosion. Through we go to the end of the mission to catch up with Jacob's father. And as you can see, he's given himself the swankiest quarters here. Lovely little sea view, nearby waterfall, all of the kind of big supplies of food, nice bed, lovely place to live in general. Ronald Taylor, I don't think you've got an adequate defense for all of this.
You're here. I knew a real squad would blow through just fine. Sorry if the mech scuffed your pads. I'll get you something nice when we get back to Alliance space. I've gotta have some back pay coming.
What about your crew, acting captain?
Total loss. The toxic food turned them wild. They propped me up here in some kind of ritual behavior. Waiting for a chance to signal has been hell.
That's the best you can do?
You let all your people talk back like that? Who are you exactly?
Commander Shepard of the Normandy. I believe you are acquainted with Mr. Taylor.
Taylor? Jacob? No. Not Jacob.
Why not me? Would 10 years of this look better to anyone else in the galaxy?
You have to understand, this isn't me. The realities of command, they change you. I wasn't ready for that. I made sure you were taught right. Before I left, I hoped to leave it at that.
I'm not unreasonable, Captain, but 10 years? What happened?
God damn it! Why did you do this to your crew?
There was resistance to the plan. Mutiny. We had to take a hard line to keep order. And things settled down. As the decay set in, we made sure the crew were comfortable. Some even seemed happier. Ignorance is bliss, right? And they were grateful for guidance, like an instinct. Pure authority was easy, at first. Months in, the effect lowered inhibitions. They got territorial. Rank, protocol, they couldn't understand. We had to establish dominance. After a while, the perks seemed normal.
That's it? You created a harem and played king? 10 years in a juvenile fantasy?
I can't point to where it all went wrong. But when the beacon was ready, revealing what happened didn't seem like a good idea.
And I guess the best we can do is hope to undo the damage.
We can help these people. Cerberus can have ships here in days and pull everyone out.
He's not worth the fuel to haul him out or the air he's breathing. He's damn lucky I don't think he's even worth pulling the trigger. I don't know who you are, because you're not any father I remember.
This is one of the more interesting choices you can make in Mass Effect, because yeah, the middle option that doesn't get you any Paragon or Renegade points is just leave him here. You basically just walk off and he gets murdered by the hunters and everyone gets picked up later. And I do feel like that's kind of appropriate after what he's done, but that's a quick end for him, and you feel like the more appropriate, fair, and indeed harsh punishment is to simply force him to confront everything he's done, make sure everyone he's ever known knows about what a monster he is, and then make him rot in prison for the rest of his life.
We'll secure him for an Alliance court. For every year here, he'll have 10 to think about it.
Give him all the time in the galaxy. The man who did this doesn't know right from wrong.
I'm sorry, Jacob. I did the best I could.
I'm 10 years past believing that.
They're of course Tali not letting the hunters kill him. If you'd gone for the middle option, you would have literally just walked away and left him to be murdered by the hunters. So there we are, mission completed, lovely.
Alliance ships are inbound to secure Captain Taylor and his crew, Commander. We'll be long gone by the time they get here.
Don't even give them the tail lights.
Roger that.
What do you mean it wasn't you?
Jacob, if I had leaked the information about the Gernsback, I would be smiling at your resolution of the situation. I am not smiling.
Nothing goes through this ship, my ship, without a report to you.
I had no more reason to believe Jacob's father was alive than he did, but I'm happy to know the situation is behind you.
Fine, you didn't forward it, so who did?
I did.
Figures. Who else could get into Cerberus channels?
It was hardly classified, just obscure. There was a time when it mattered to you. Sending this along seemed like keeping an old promise. I keep my promises.
Miranda, we'll discuss your liberal interpretation of security protocol in private. Shepard, Jacob.
You good with this, Jacob?
It's all bull, Shepard. Captain Taylor can rot in prison. Doesn't change who I am or what I know. I've already mourned the man he used to be. I guess he was a good enough father that even he can't screw up what he taught me.
You had no idea Miranda was behind this.
No, she's got a good memory. Selective, but good. I haven't thought about those days in a long time. Can't figure which promise she meant, though. Not sure I really want to know. She requires a better man than I.
Come on, we got work to do.
Aye, Commander. Shepard, thanks for the help.
Anytime, Jacob.
Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that refers to some of the... Am I suddenly... No, good, I'm not stuck in a railing. Lovely. Yeah, I believe that refers to some of the backstory to Mass Effect 2 that isn't actually part of the game. It might be one of the novels or graphic novels. I'm genuinely not sure. I believe it does, where there's kind of a hint that in the past, Jake and Miranda might have potentially thought about getting together, but didn't in the end. But I've not actually read it in the novels or read the graphic novels or what have you, so I'm afraid I don't know for certain. Anyway, we've got ourselves a new upgrade here, a very important one in fact. Heavy pistol damage, only 3 out of 5. Yeah, the heavy pistol stuff is relatively slow to upgrade, so let's just do that for, yeah, I think I can spare 2,500 palladium. Lovely. And that actually gets me a new upgrade, heavy pistol critical. Heavy pistols sometimes deal double damage, and upgrades the heavy pistols of me and the whole team, most definitely, and I think I can spare 25,000 too. Beautiful.
Commander, you might want to speak with Tali. She seems very worried about something.
And would you believe Tali's got a loyalty mission for me too? Beautiful. What's up, Tali?
Shepard, I'm glad you came by. I may need your help. I just received a message from the migrant fleet. The Admiralty Board has accused me of treason. I'm scared, Shepard.
Nobody who knows you could believe you'd betray your people, Tali.
I don't know. They don't lay charges like this unless the evidence seems absolute. But thanks. I appreciate your faith in me, Shepard.
Is it because you're working with Cerberus?
I'm not working with Cerberus. I'm working with you. And I got leave to serve on the Normandy again. I have no idea what they're accusing me of. You'd think I would remember if I betrayed the fleet.
What happens when a Quarian is accused of treason?
There's a hearing, with members of the Admiralty Board acting as judges. My father is an admiral on the board. He'll have to recuse himself from judgment. I can't even imagine what he's thinking right now. The punishment for treason is exile. If they convict me, I can never go back.
Okay, let's go find the flotilla.
I was going to book passage on another ship. I didn't think there would be time for you to help. Thank you, Shepard. I'll program the Normandy with the flotilla's current location. The admirals will be waiting for us.
Okay, so head back to the migrant fleet. That's fine, we will get to that in time. And one more thing I want to do today, let's head into the Citadel, I would say. Lovely dock there. So obviously we've got Jacob, who's now got his alternative costume as well. Like many of the most boring ones, it is straight up a bit of a palette swap. It's just the black and orange. I'm not sure why black and orange is such a common thing for alternative costumes. That's exactly what Grunt gets as well, which is a little bit on the boring side. It's okay, I don't really prefer it over the original, to be honest. But as well as Jacob, we're going to bring along Thane, because I want to quickly do Thane's loyalty mission, because Thane's loyalty mission has some good stuff in it, as well as being relatively simple and quick to do. And we've also got Jacob's ability barrier now. This kind of makes Jacob work a little bit better as a tank, which is kind of his role. He's kind of weird. He's a vanguard, but he's, a bit tanky because of barrier. He was already a tiny bit tanky, rather like, the game was indicating he was supposed to be tanky because Cerberus Veteran lets him get his health up quite a lot. But even then, like, when we're talking about plus 40% health, his health's still 280. That's still, like, really, really not very good in the slightest. He can at least now get his barrier way up with the barrier ability, so this helps him work as a tank a bit better. But he's a tank that's got pull but also burning. I just don't get Jacob. I just don't think he works particularly well. But I will upgrade his barrier because it is at least somewhat decent.
I've found references to a forger named Fade in CSEC crime reports, Shepard. Perhaps that is a good place to start looking. Also, according to CSEC, a Drell recently passed through customs. The CSEC office may have more information.
Okay, so we're speaking to CSEC, basically. Got it. So, Captain Bailey, let's start off with Thane.
Yes?
My associate's trying to find his son. We think a local criminal may have hired him.
That should be easy. We don't see many Drell here. There we go. One of my men reported a Drell recently. And he was talking to Mouse. Interesting.
Mouse?
Ah, petty criminal. Probably not the guy who hired your boy, but a messenger. He's a former duct rat. Runs errands for anyone who'll pay.
What sort of trouble has Mouse been getting himself into?
Odd jobs for shifty people. Ducked rats take whatever is available to get by. Data running, fencing stolen goods, selling illegal VI personalities. Actually, he was selling one of you.
Me?
Yeah, when you erased a file, it would say, I delete data like you on the way to real errors. Buggy, though. It crashed every half hour. The error message was about how the galaxy was at stake, and you should fix the problem yourself.
I believe, depending on the companions you've got with you, some of them can make a sarky remark at that point. I think Tali does, for example, but I forgot about that, so I did not bring her with me.
I've heard enough.
Mouse is usually upstairs outside the Dark Star. He works out of a public comm terminal. You should pick up a copy of the Shepherd VI when you talk to him. It sounds like your boy's running with the wrong crowd.
Yes, I agree.
If Mouse can't get you in touch with your son directly, he'll know who can. I'll help you if you need it.
We better hurry then.
And here we are, right outside the Dark Star Lounge. Hello there, Mouse.
Yeah, sure. I can get you 2 cases by the end of the day.
You Mouse?
What are you... Oh, shit. Krios. I thought you were retired. Commander Shepard? I thought you died. What do you want with me?
Be still, Mouse. You can change your pants in a moment.
How do you know Thane?
Krios? He didn't... If he didn't say nothing, I ain't either.
When we heard the name, I didn't think it could be the same Mouse. He was a contact on the Citadel when I was active. He and some other children would gather information on my targets.
You put children in danger to spy for you?
Children, the poor. My people's word for their kind is Dralafa, the ignored. They're everywhere, see everything, yet they are never seen. You gave another Drell instructions for an assassination. Who's the target?
I don't know. I didn't ask. Because the people I work for, they can make me disappear. I'd like to help you, Krios. You always done right by us, but I ain't gonna die for you.
And of course, we will just do a quick Paragon check for him.
Look, you know Thane. He wouldn't ask if it wasn't important. Do it for him.
I want to. He was always nice to us. But these people ain't nice, Krios.
Nobody's gonna know you talk to us.
Mouse, I swear that you won't be named.
All right. He came with that hollow you took of me. Said he wanted a job. I ran through your old contacts to see who might give him a shot. The guy who offered was Elias Kellum.
Now we can ask about him, but first about the Shepherd VIs.
One other thing. That Shepherd VI you're selling?
Oh shit, you heard... Look, you were dead. It was totally legal to make a VI of you.
I want one.
Give me a copy and we'll call it even.
What? I mean, sure, yeah, absolutely. Sorry about the whole... Just so you know, there's 3 Volas who are patching it all the time.
Alright, we should probably, talk about the assassination or whatever now.
Tell me about Kellum.
Human. Moved to the Citadel about 10 years ago. He was little people when you were here, Krios. He got big after the Geth attack. Lots of the big guys from before got cacked all in them big fancy apartments up on the Presidium. Now he runs the rackets on the lower end of the ward, Shin Akiba. He's seriously bad news.
You did good, Mouse.
Yeah. Hope I live long enough to pat myself on the back.
Kellum will never know.
I hope not. I'm out of here, Krios. Next time you're in town, just don't bring the family.
That couldn't have been easy.
Mouse knew more about my life than Kolyat ever did. He smiles up at me, broken teeth and scabby knees. Bare feet black. A dead-end future looking up at me, worshipping the petty gifts I offer. I was the only good thing he had back then. But I left him, as I left Kolyat.
Mouse said you had a hollow of him.
Yes. A foolish bit of sentimentality. I can perfectly recall every moment I spent with Mouse. He pulls at my arm, smiles. He wants to know that I'll remember him, that anyone will remember him. I take the hollow. He smiles at himself in miniature on my palm. Then a frown crinkles his brow. He pats my pockets, checking for other hollows. Where's your son, Krios? He asks.
Don't blame yourself.
If I don't, who will? We must carry the weight of our decisions, Shepard. You, of all people, know this.
When Thane does that, by the way, it means he's having a bit of a flashback, because Drell have perfect memory. If we'd actually gone and spoken to him more often down in his room, he would have explained that already, but instead it kind of comes as a bit of a surprise here.
I wish they still made role-playing games like they used to. These days, it's all big choices and visceral combat. I miss those old games where you had to remember to drink water, and it took 5 hours real time to fly somewhere.
I like you, game salesman.
Can we talk about my associate's son?
You talked to Mouse? Did you get the name of the guy he's working with?
Elias Kellum.
Kellum. Shit. Look, this is awkward. Kellum and I have an agreement. He doesn't cause too much trouble and buys tickets to the CSEC charity ball from me. In return, I ignore him.
And that sounds suspiciously like a bribe to me, Bailey.
He pays you off. You were eager to help us before. What about now? Is it too inconvenient?
I said I'd help. It's just there'll be repercussions if I don't handle it right. He and I give each other space. It keeps the peace. I'll get some of my people to bring him in and set him up in a private room. You can interrogate him yourself. I'll stay out of sight, and if I'm lucky, Kellum will believe that I had nothing to do with it.
Bring him in. We might not have much time.
I'll make it happen. Wait here.
This is a fun little interrogation, by the way, because you are on the clock. You only get a certain number of questions until his lawyer arrives. That's kind of the ticking clock you've got to work with here, because he's not supposed to be arrested at all. And you know how we're going to handle this, Thane? You be good cop and I'll be even better cop, because we're bloody paragons.
You talk to him. Appeal to his self-interest. I'll put the screws to him if he needs it.
Very well. I'll pretend to be on his side. But if we waste too much time negotiating, Bailey won't be able to stall Kellum's advocate.
Get me out of these restraints, Bailey. Pretty funny bringing me down here like this. The hell are you two?
And if you're sufficiently renegade, you can just tell him you're a Spectre and he needs to start talking. I'm not sure why you need to be renegade to do that. That is literally a statement of fact. I was reinstated as a Spectre.
Bailey has nothing to do with this. We just want a few answers. Off the record.
Off the record in a CSEC interrogation room? Sure.
You hired an assassin. Who do you want dead?
I want to see my advocate.
Your advocate hasn't arrived. We're trying to find him.
I'm not saying a damn word until he's here. You two are in way over your heads. Bailey won't let you touch me.
So obviously there I resisted the urge to punch him, and you can just punch him until he kind of gives in. Actually, going the renegade route is the easiest way to get him to confess extremely quickly. Just put enough pain on him, he'll talk, but no, we're not going to do that, because actually, it doesn't really matter if his lawyer gets in the room, because you're a Spectre anyway, you're working above the law. As long as you remember what a Spectre is, and as long as you're reinstated as a Spectre, there's no fail condition for this mission, because, you know, you can do what you want without police interference anyway.
Bailey doesn't know you're here, but he will, after we're done.
This is off the record. No criminal charges will be brought against you.
What are you, frog boy? A little sidekick? What, kid? You gonna bore me into confessing? You ain't shit. Come on, hit me. I dare you. No, huh? Didn't think you had the balls.
Just keep going down the Paragony route.
Think carefully, Elias. I want to catch the assassin, not you. Why stick your neck out for him?
You want me to confess to putting a contract on someone? You think I'm stupid?
I get the name, I walk out. You never see me again.
I got no reason to believe you.
You don't have a reason to disbelieve either. We're running out of time. Bailey can't stall his advocate for long.
Are we done here? Because I got people to see. Goddamn waste of my time.
Again, just keep on pushing the Paragon. Though actually, I believe the Paragon options don't make him confess. I think if you go Paragon, he basically just resists and the lawyer does show up. I can't recall for certain, so we'll find out now.
How about this? You tell us the target.
I said get out of my way, Bailey. You have no right to... What the hell is going on in here? Step away from my client. Is that... Do you have him tied to the chair?
Glad you could make it, Freddy.
Traffic was bad. You'll need a shovel the size of the Citadel to dig yourself out of this.
Yeah, good luck with that. I'm actually a Spectre.
This is all above board. I'm a Council Spectre.
Shit.
What? What's that mean, Freddy?
Spectres can do whatever they want, Elias. I can't help you.
Shit.
If it was you I wanted, I could kill you and go. I want the assassin. Tell me who the target is and I'll leave.
Damn it. Joram Talid. He's a Turian, running for a tentative Zakiro ward.
Where can we find him?
His apartment's in the 800 blocks.
Let's go.
And there we are. As long as you remember what a Spectre is and what a Spectre can do, then you don't need to bother being mean to him. The lawyer is in fact a bit of a fake ticking clock. It's a good way of doing it, I like it.
What's the story? Why'd Kellum hire the boy?
Assassination. A Turian named Joram Talid. You know him?
Joram? Yeah. You might have seen his posters around. He's promising to end organized crime on the ward. Thing is, his message is all mixed up in race politics. He's anti-human.
Are things so bad that people can openly campaign as anti-human?
Before the Battle of the Citadel, the alien population thought we were violent upstarts. Look what's happened since then. A human fleet guarding the station for months. C-Sec filled with humans. Anderson does what he can, but some people have lived on the station since before humans had starships. They see it as a coup.
If a majority votes for him, like it or not, that's how the system works.
That's a nice ideal, Shepard. Sergeant, get a patrol car. These two need to get to the 800 blocks.
Yes, sir. There he is. How do you want to play this?
Follow the lead on the maintenance catwalks. Tell me what he's doing. The Krogan bodyguard will make him easy to follow.
Where will you be?
The darkest corner with the best view. Amon Kira, Lord of Hunters. Grant that my hands be steady, my aim be true, and my feet swift. And should the worst come to pass, grant me forgiveness.
Oh, Thane, you badass. Now, before we begin, straight away, we've got a data pad right here. Heavy pistol damage. Don't miss that. It's so easy to miss that heavy pistol damage. It is just marked as a PD over there, but make sure you don't miss that. Anyway, basically our job now involves no violence whatsoever. We are literally just trying to follow Talid there together with his Krogan. Just follow him in the Krogan. Make sure you've always got a good view of him.
Have you got him?
Yes, indeed I do, and of course, when Thane asks for an update, I have to have eyes on him before that bar empties.
Looks like he's talking to another voter.
Any sign of Cole yet?
No.
I'm moving to another position, ahead of him.
And then just keep moving around. This is a very simple little mission, to be honest. You've just got to figure out what the right place to be is. It is possible to fail this mission, by the way. If you actually lose track of the target when Thane asks for an update, then you fail the mission and simply Thane doesn't become loyal because presumably the assassination goes ahead and his son flees or whatever. I've never actually seen it happen myself, but I understand you can actually fail this bit of the mission. Unlike the first bit where you actually can't. And all of a sudden now he's decided to run over in this direction. That's fine.
Hey, who are you? What are you doing back here?
And at one point you'll get challenged, don't worry, with a quick Paragon check or indeed a Renegade interrupt.
I'm with the Citadel Health and Safety. We've had vermin reports in storage areas around here.
What? You can't be serious. How did you get in here?
If I didn't have authorization, how did I get in? You see any other doors?
There's the Keeper. Never mind, just go on through, okay?
Thanks.
There we are, nice and quick. Peek through the window and we're straight back onto Talid. And there we are, that bit is now done and we've found Kolyat.
Ah! Kolyat! Thane.
I saw.
He's heading to Talid's apartment.
Kolyat.
This is a joke. Now you show up. Help me, Drell. I'll do whatever you want.
C-Sec. Put the gun down, son.
Get out of my way. I'm walking out. He's coming with me.
They'll have snipers outside.
I don't need help. What the hell?
That was a Paragon interrupt, by the way. Not Renegade. Paragon, shooting then punching.
Yeah, I will.
Take the boy into custody.
You son of a bitch!
Your father doesn't have much time left, Kolyat. He's trying to make up for his mistakes.
What? So you came to get my forgiveness? So you can die in peace or something?
I came to grant you peace. You're angry because I wasn't there when your mother died.
You weren't there when she was alive. Why should you be there when she died?
Your mother. They killed her to get to me. It was my fault.
What?
After her body was given to the deep, I went to find them. The triggermen, the ringleaders. I hurt them. Eventually killed them. When I went back to see you, you were older. I should have stayed with you.
I guess it's too bad for me you waited so long, huh?
Goliath, I've taken many bad things out of the world. You're the only good thing I ever added to it.
This isn't a conversation you should have in front of strangers. Boys, take Goliath and his father back to the precinct. Give them a room and as much time as they need.
I'm surprised you're letting him do that.
You think he's the only man who ever screwed up raising a son? I have to get back to the precinct. Come on, I'll give you a lift.
And there is the mission complete, and Thane indeed is loyal. He's got his shredder ammo, which is ludicrously powerful under certain situations. Yes, we'll be looking forward to that later.
They've been in there a while.
The kid's been through a lot. I ran some searches in the CSEC archive. About 10 years back, a bunch of real bad people were killed. Like someone was cleaning house. The prime suspect was a Drell. We never caught him.
10 years is a long time. Whoever was responsible for that probably doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that.
How'd it go?
Our problems, they aren't something I can fix with a few words. We'll keep talking, see what happens.
Your boy shot some people. No one I feel sympathy for, but there it is.
Luckily, despite the people who were actually just murdered, we can do one of the most probably unlikely little turnarounds in the entire Mass Effect franchise.
I watched those guys shaking down businesses and threatening humans.
But he can't just get away with it.
The kid wants to make a difference. Give him community service.
Community service for attempted murder? What jury would agree to that?
None that I've seen. This would need to stay out of the judiciary. Strictly within CSEC.
Interesting. I'll think about it.
Thank you, Captain.
So yes, indeed. Attempted murder, kidnap, hostage situation, and he's gonna get community service for that. Marvellous. And before we go, something worth picking up with all the money we just made here. Over here in the weapon shop, submachine gun damage, absolutely marvellous. And that is the last thing in his shop, in fact. And we've also got that heavy pistol damage upgrade there, another 5,000 palladium for another 10% damage increase, definitely worth having. So now my pistol is actually punching a lot harder than it was at the beginning of this episode. So with Jacob and Thane loyal, I would say that's enough for now. Next time, ladies and gentlemen, we will continue making our own squad mates loyal. I'm not sure who we're going to do next. Maybe Miranda. She asked me a very, very long time ago, and we haven't gone and taken care of her yet. And her bonus power, while not spectacular, has some very, very good uses indeed. In fact, I think maybe we'll touch on those immediately afterwards. So, that's to come, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been Mass Effect 2, The Insanity Run. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Don't mind me, I'm practicing my stabbing motion. It's fine. Oh, you shouldn't have got in the way. You must die. You showed up to a party and you brought a guitar. I despise you. There's two people who are just having sex in this corridor. They're going to go down. Stab, stab. There we are. Like Romeo and Juliet, but sped up slightly. It's kind of the footnotes version.